We are living in a time where the rise in neurological, psychological, and developmental disorders can no longer be ignored. The silent epidemic of modern illness is intensifying, and many of us are feeling the effects long before we ever get a diagnosis. From the air we breathe to the water we drink, from commercial products to medical interventions, our bodies are constantly exposed to environmental toxins and disruptive frequencies. We're talking about heavy metals, parasites, pathogens, and yes, EMFs, including the increasingly controversial impact of 5G technology. But what else is really going on behind the scenes of EMFs? We're asking the real questions. What's really going on? You might have noticed it. People seem more anxious, more depressed, more disconnected. Psychotic episodes, schizophrenic delusions, chronic insomnia, vivid or disturbing dreams. These aren't just isolated mental health symptoms. They're signals, red flags pointing to deeper biological and environmental disruptions. We're seeing a massive uptick in schizophrenic and delusional disorders, generalized anxiety and panic, depressive disorders and burnout, neurological and neurodevelopmental issues, sleep disturbances and nervous system dysregulation. These aren't random. They are part of a growing pattern caused, in part, by toxic overload and electromagnetic overstimulation. Now, let's go deeper. What else is really going on behind the scenes of EMFs? Is it just technology or psychological warfare? At surface level, EMFs, electromagnetic fields, are just the byproduct of modern technology, right? We're told they're safe, necessary for connectivity, and just a part of progress. But when you peel back the layers, it becomes clear that this isn't just about faster internet or more convenience. Is it really faster? Do we require more speed as a species? Something much bigger is going on. Something that looks a lot like psychological warfare, targeted, subtle, and deeply disruptive. Let's start with the brain. Our brains and bodies are electrical systems. Every thought, emotion, muscle movement, and heartbeat is governed by tiny electrical impulses. EMFs, especially high-frequency 5G waves, can interfere with that system. So ask yourself, what happens when we constantly live in an invisible soup of man-made radiation? Chronic nervous system activation, fight-or-flight mode, decreased melatonin production, poor sleep, mood instability and irritability, heightened anxiety and intrusive thoughts, brain fog, memory issues, and cognitive decline. Even altered emotional regulation. If you wanted to destabilize a population, make them anxious, disconnected, and neurologically dysregulated, this would be a very effective method. The biofield assault. Beyond the physical body. EMFs don't just affect us physically. They also target what many refer to as the biofield, your body's energetic system. This is where the psychological warfare gets spiritual. When your energetic field is constantly being penetrated and disrupted by foreign frequencies, it lowers your vibrational state, weakens your psychic boundaries, makes you more vulnerable to manipulation and suggestion, disconnects you from your intuition and sense of self. This isn't conspiracy, this is frequency warfare. And when people are cut off from their own inner knowing, they become easier to control. Psychological warfare through tech. Think about it. What are EMFs primarily used for? Wireless communication, surveillance systems, behavioral tracking algorithms, data collection via smart devices. When every piece of tech we use is also a transmitter and receiver, we're no longer just talking about convenience, we're talking about constant low-level monitoring and manipulation. Combine EMFs with blue light exposure from screens, algorithmic conditioning, what you see, feel, and think is curated. Dopamine hijacking through social media. Digital echo chambers and polarization. 24/7 surveillance and predictive behavior mapping. And you start to see a psychological warfare matrix that is hiding in plain sight. The goal? Disconnection. Disconnection from what, though? From your body. From your emotional truth. From others, we're more connected than ever, but more isolated. From nature. And ultimately from source. Because when we're disconnected, we're easier to manipulate. We outsource our thinking. We follow blindly. We feel sick, disoriented, spiritually numb, and we don't know why. but your body knows. Your soul knows. Reclaiming sovereignty. What we can do. This is why detox and holistic healing aren't just wellness trends, they're acts of resistance. We reclaim our sovereignty by detoxing heavy metals and parasites, which act like antennas for EMFs, shielding our spaces with EMF-blocking materials, grounding daily, bare feet on earth, turning off Wi-Fi at night, meditating to strengthen your energetic field, decalcifying your pineal gland so your inner vision can activate, using discernment to navigate digital content and tech addiction. Most importantly, we reconnect to our truth, our inner compass, our biological intuition. Reclaiming health in a technologically overstimulated world. In today's rapidly advancing technological landscape, many are beginning to recognize the profound impact that environmental factors, such as electromagnetic fields, EMFs, heavy metals, and pathogens, can have on our physical and mental well-being. Understanding these influences is the first step toward reclaiming our health and vitality. The hidden influences on our health. Emerging research suggests that a significant number of physical and psychological health symptoms may be linked to environmental and biological stressors. These include heavy metal exposure, sources such as contaminated water, dental materials, certain cosmetics, and industrial pollutants. Pathogen exposure, including parasitic infections and other microbial imbalances, often introduced through water, food, or contact with contaminated surfaces. Electromagnetic frequencies, EMFs emitted by devices like cell phones, Wi-Fi routers, and 5G infrastructure, which may negatively impact and influence biological systems, particularly when exposure is chronic. When combined with modern lifestyle factors, such as high stress, poor nutrition, and limited physical activity, these elements can contribute to a range of health challenges. Empowering steps toward wellness. While these challenges are significant, there are evidence-based strategies that can support the body's natural detoxification processes and enhance resilience. Heavy metal detoxification, utilizing dietary interventions, supplements, and lifestyle changes to reduce the body's burden of heavy metals. Pathogen cleansing, addressing microbial imbalances through targeted nutritional support and, when necessary, medical treatment. These approaches aim to support the body's innate ability to heal and maintain balance. A holistic approach to healing. True wellness encompasses more than just physical health. It involves nurturing the mind, emotions, and spirit. Integrating psychological therapies can be beneficial, including acceptance and commitment therapy, ACT, dialectical behavioral therapy, DBT, humanistic and existential therapies, somatic and inner child work. These modalities can help individuals process trauma, manage stress, and cultivate emotional resilience. Building resilience in a modern world. By adopting a holistic approach that includes detoxification, emotional healing, and environmental awareness, individuals can strengthen their resilience against the challenges of modern life. Practices such as mindfulness, grounding, and reducing exposure to environmental stressors can support overall well-being. Taking the first step. If you're feeling overwhelmed by the demands of modern life or seeking to improve your health, consider exploring resources that offer guidance on detoxification, emotional healing, and lifestyle adjustments. Empowering yourself with knowledge and tools is a proactive way to enhance your quality of life. For those interested in a comprehensive approach to wellness, the Holistic P.A.N.A.C.E.A Workbook and Counseling Program offers structured support to individuals and practitioners. This resource combines practical strategies with psychological insights to promote healing and personal growth. Explore more at HolisticSchool.Online and stay tuned for our weekly podcasts.